Hi, today is Friday, April 30th. Happy Friday. Today I have my Scentsy Empties for the month of April. I did want to start by sharing my thoughts on the 3 new Disney limited time scents that have been released recently just because I've had a chance to warm through these. So let me start with Lady and the Tramp Faithful Friends. Scentsy says that the scent notes are luscious berries, succulent pear, and freesia blossom. Now, when I first smelled this on cold, I could pick up some of those fruity floral notes, but I was just getting this really strange undertone of kind of a plasticky smell, and I was hoping that that would go away when I warmed it. So I did put 2 cubes of this in our upstairs guest bedroom, and unfortunately I could still smell that really kind of plasticky, almost motor oil type scent, and unfortunately it was really strong. So 2 cubes in that bedroom warmer filled the whole room. It kind of wafted out into the kitchen and living room too, and I think I actually ended up having to turn this warmer off just because it was too overpowering for me. So unfortunately I do get kind of hints of the berries and pear and a little bit of that freesia, but I think just maybe the combination is coming off to my nose as very plasticky, kind of bitter, almost like motor oil. So definitely not my favorite, would not be a repurchase for me. And then next is Kiss the Girl from the Little Mermaid. And Scentsy says the scent notes are strawberry, raspberry, lime, and sea mist. And I actually had a little bit better luck with this one. This one made me a little nervous too, because when I smelled this on cold, one of those base notes was coming across as a little plasticky to me. But when I warmed this, I warmed it in my office. I also tried it in my bedroom and in our hall bathroom upstairs. I got a lot more of a very kind of sweet, tart, bubbly berry scent. It really reminded me of candy, kind of like a gummy candy, and a lot less of that kind of plasticky note. So I had a lot better luck with this one. This one was also a really good performer. It lasted for at least 2 days. The first day, I think it was definitely a little bit more noticeable, but I actually kind of enjoyed this, and I will enjoy finishing off the rest of that bar. And then last is the Disney Princess True Love Awaits. Scentsy says this is raspberry, mandarin, and vanilla. And I actually didn't unbox this one on camera, so I wasn't able to capture my first sniffs of this scent. But on first sniff, I actually wasn't a huge fan of this scent. It was giving me kind of cough syrup vibes, and it was probably coming from the raspberry note in this. When I smelled this, that cough syrup note immediately made me think of a scent called Red Candy Apple. Now, these don't really smell similar, but there is a cough syrup note to me in Red Candy Apple that immediately kind of reminded me of the True Love Awaits. This is much more kind of tart and appley, where this one definitely is more raspberry. It also kind of reminded me of Strawberry Rose. Now, smelling these next to each other, they really don't smell too similar. The strawberry in Strawberry Rose is a lot more prominent, a lot more tart. But I'd say if you replaced the strawberry in this scent with raspberry and then added a little bit of vanilla and then a little bit of kind of a cough syrup vibe, you would get something like the True Love Awaits. So not a huge fan of it on cold. When I warmed it, I will say that it was a little bit more pleasant, but this one didn't really last very long for me. I had this one going in my office. I could definitely smell it the first day, and then by the second day it was ready to come out. So I liked it a little bit better when it was warming, but this one would also not be a repurchase for me. So those are my thoughts on the new Disney scents. Of the 3, I think Kiss the Girl is definitely my favorite. It might be a repurchase for me, but I don't think I'll be putting it in my Scentsy club. If you have had a chance to get your hands on some of these bars, bars and warm them. I would love to know your thoughts and maybe which one is your favorite. So I have a ton of empties from the month of April, so I will just go ahead and start with the non-wax items first. I did have to replace a 15-watt bulb in my kitchen warmer, so I'm trying to use the light bulbs in the old packaging that I have first, so I did have to replace that. I used up a hand cream in vanilla bean buttercream. I actually think I picked this up when it was in the clearance section when they discontinued this scent from the body care line. I think it's funny that they decided to take this one out of the body care line just because vanilla seems like a very kind of staple scent to me, but this is a very, very sweet vanilla, and I'm not always a huge fan of vanilla type scents, so this is one that I used on my hands at nighttime, and I have to say this was a really, really strong performer. When I would put this on my hands at night, I could still smell it when I woke up in the morning, and I have to say that that's not always the case with all of Scentsy's hand creams, just in terms of strength and longevity, so I was impressed with that. Now I find that there is a difference in the consistency of the hand creams and the body creams. The hand creams always feel just a little bit more runny and kind of thinner to me, and the body creams feel a little bit more emollient, so you'll have to let me know if you have noticed a difference. I definitely notice a difference in the hand creams as they get older. I find that they do tend to get a little bit more runny, and this one was starting to get pretty runny, but it didn't smell bad. It didn't smell like it had gone rancid, so I was happy to finish that. I also pulled out an old pod from my living room wall fan diffuser. I had mentioned on Instagram that I've been kind of neglecting my wall fan diffusers, and this is Eskimo Kiss. So I put this in probably January, and I'm just now taking it out. I don't keep my wall fan diffusers on all the time, so this does still have a little bit of fragrance, but it was definitely time to replace this with something else. I actually ended up putting Bonfire Beach in, and that was really, really nice. So a pod of Eskimo Kiss. I also finally finished up this fragrance flower in Cozy Cardigan that I had in our master bathroom. I put this in, I think, back in December, so it has been going for a long time. When I got my most recent order of fragrance flowers, I actually replaced it with aloe water and cucumber, and then I put this one in our downstairs bathroom to kind of finish out its life. So it is completely dry now, but the flower itself is still kind of oily, and I can still smell the Cozy Cardigan. This was a really nice scent for the winter. It was a little on the lighter side, but in our little kind of toilet cubby area, I could definitely smell it. So this was nice for the winter. And then we did go through some scent circles. So in my car, I was enjoying an old scent circle in Candy Crave. This is a discontinued scent, but the wax is actually coming back in the upcoming Bring Back My Bar this summer. This is a really nice scent. It is just very light and sweet and kind of perfumey. I really, really love it in my car. It is on the lighter side, but sometimes I kind of like that in my car. I'm a little sensitive to scents in my car, and I really liked this when my car was new because I love that new car smell. So this didn't like overpower the new car smell, but just added a nice little light background scent, and I still really like it. So Candy Crave. I replaced it with a scent circle in Summer Holiday, and this is probably my favorite scent circle for the summer months. It is just very tropical and perfumey and ambery, and I absolutely love it. So one of my favorites. I'm still enjoying that in my car now. We took the sea salt and avocado scent circle that my husband had been using out of his car. This has almost no scent. We had actually put this one in back around St. Patrick's Day, so it was time for that one to come out. And then we replaced it with a red pear and pomegranate. He really liked this scent when it was a scent of the month, and I was warming the wax, and so I figured he would probably like this one in his car. It is just very tart and vibrant and fruity, and so I think he will enjoy that. We just put it in his car today. And then last weekend, we had to borrow my mom and dad's truck truck to do a little bit of yard work, and in their truck they had an old scent circle in Saddle Up. And this is actually a really nice scent for the car. It's kind of a sweet, ambery, musky, perfumey leather type scent, and I find it does a pretty good job in terms of strength and longevity. They discontinued this scent from the catalog, but last I checked, you can still get the scent circles in the clearance section, so I might have to stock up a little bit there. This scent circle is basically scentless, so I decided to go ahead and replace that Saddle Up scent circle with a Cruisin' scent circle, and I kind of stocked up on this when it was available in the Father's Day collection last year because I thought that the pattern was really cute. I really loved the little hubcaps and steering wheels. I didn't realize that on the other side of the scent circle it says #1 Dad, and I thought that would be kind of strange for my husband to use in his car because he's not a dad. So I figured this would be a nice one to put in my dad's truck. When we were getting in the truck, getting ready to go to Lowe's, my husband said, "Oh man, someone's been fertilizing." And no one had been fertilizing. I realized that he was actually smelling this scent circle. So this scent, it does have that kind of artificial, plasticky, fertilizer type scent that some leather scents can take on, that kind of artificial leather scent. I find that I pick that up in weathered leather. So this does smell kind of rubbery, kind of like fertilizer, but then there is kind of a masculine cologne note mixed in with it. So it's not the greatest scent circle ever, but I figured it would be nice in a truck. So that's where that one is. And then I have a ton of bars to talk about. So I was kind of restless with my warming this past month. The weather here has been kind of all over the place. It's been really hot, it's been snowing, so I was kind of having a hard time figuring out what I was in the mood to warm. So you'll see probably a little bit of everything here. I will go ahead and start with the scents that are no longer available that are in my Scentsy Club. So I did go through one of my all-time favorites. This is #Shine. This scent has probably overtaken Blackcurrant Bubbly for my #1 favorite scent of all time. This is such a pretty scent. It is sweet and citrusy and perfumey, and it smells clean, and I just love it. It's a really good performer in my house. I love to use this all through my open concept space. It's really good for me to use this in like my front room and my living room, and then have a nice citrus in my kitchen. So something like lemon sorbet or oodles of orange, or I'll just put this through my whole upstairs, and I love it. If this one ever comes back in to bring back my bar and you like citrusy, perfumey scents, you have to give that one a try. This next one is actually one of my husband's favorites. This is Cashmere Pear. This was from the most recent Bring Back My Bar, and to my surprise, he absolutely fell in love with this. This is a very kind of ambery, musky, cashmere type scent. And I find that it actually does a really good job in terms of performance in our house. I've heard some people say that this one is really light or that it doesn't last for very long, but down in our family room, we've actually gotten like several weeks out of warming this scent. We don't have those warmers on all the time. Sometimes there are days we don't even turn them on if we're not downstairs, but this one has been a really good performer, and this one will definitely be staying in my Scentsy Club. I went through a bar of Jumpin' Jelly Bean. This is the old packaging when it was in a Bring Back My Bar last year, I think. It did come back with the Easter collection, so I put it back in my Scentsy Club. This is a very tart, sweet, candy-like scent. To me, it smells like green Jolly Ranchers. It's a really good performer on the first day, and then it kind of fizzles out after that. I went through an old bar of Bergamot and Solar Driftwood. This is another one that is in my Scentsy Club. I love this one because it smells very fresh and clean without really smelling like a laundry scent. and it doesn't smell too much like cologne. To me, it just smells kind of like a fresh citrusy soap. It's really, really nice. I really like to use this one in my laundry room, so that's where I used that bar up. And then I went through 2 bars of Spring Forward. This was a scent of the month a few years ago now, I think in March, and this is one of my favorite scents. It is really, really pretty. This is actually coming back in the upcoming Bring Back My Bar as well. It's funny because I don't think the scent notes list a floral, but this does smell like a sweet floral, but it's very sophisticated. I think there is just a tiny, tiny hint of kind of woodsiness, maybe a little bit of citrus brightness too. But it is really, really pretty. It's a good performer in my open concept space, so I love that one for the spring. And then I also finished up a bar of Arctic Kiss. So I got this out because I had to try Hannah's mix of pink sugarberry mint and Arctic Kiss. I did a 1-to-1 mix in my office warmer, and that was really, really nice. I did pick up a little bit more of the Arctic Kiss than I did the pink sugarberry mint, but it was just very sweet and lovely, so I did enjoy that. And then I finished up this bar of Arctic Kiss in my open concept area. This is a really kind of interesting sweet vanilla melon scent, and I thought that I might only like it in the wintertime, but it was also nice in the spring. And then, like I said, I did finish up that bar of pink sugarberry mint, which was the scent of the month for March. This is very sweet as well. I do get a berry note. And then to my nose, I do pick up just a tiny, tiny hint of kind of a bubblegum minty scent, but mostly it's just a sweet kind of sugary berry scent. So I finished up that bar, and I have some other old bars. These are not in my Scentsy Club. So from the Catching Z's collection, I finished up this bar of Shut Eye. When I first smelled this scent, it kind of reminded me of Pacific Sandalwood, and now more and more it just smells like baby powder to me. It is very light, and it was really nice in a bedroom. I did finish this bar in our upstairs guest bedroom. Just kind of a nice, light, pleasant, powdery scent. So that was from the Catching Z's collection. From the Find Your Happy collection, I finished up this old bar of Showered in Flowers. Now, this bar had actually been in my Scentsy Club for a few rounds. I decided to take it out because it doesn't last a very long time for me, but the first day when it's going, it is really, really pretty. To me, it kind of reminds me of Iridescent Pearl with an added almost grape type scent, but I get a little bit of kind of a fruity floral mix, and it's really, really pretty. It just doesn't last very long for me. I finished up an old bar of Dumbo. This is so nice. It's very hard to describe. It's almost kind of a powdery citrus scent, but it's very sweet. And it is so nice and comforting in a bedroom. That's where I used this. I think I also used a couple cubes in my office. Really, really pleasant. I have a few bars of this in my stash. I didn't put it in my Scentsy Club, and I hope that I don't regret that because it is a really nice, unique scent. I went through an old bar of Spring Has Sprung. I believe this was last March's scent of the month, and it is a very powdery floral. A little too powdery for my taste. I tend to like my florals to be a little bit more sweet and a little bit more fruity, and this is just very, very powdery. It was a really good performer. I used this in my laundry room and then also in my open concept. It does smell a little bit kind of like a laundry floral to me too. So it is a good floral, just a little too powdery for me, so I'm trying to get through some of my stash of that. I finished a really old bar of Citrus Garden. This was, I believe, an August scent of the month several years ago. This is very grapefruit to me, and I don't think grapefruit is listed in the scent notes, but I get kind of a pink grapefruit. It is a little bit on the like tart bitter side of grapefruit for me, where I prefer grapefruit to be just a little bit sweeter, but this is a really good performer. It smells very, very clean. I used this in my kitchen and it was really, really nice there. I went through an old bar of pistachio ice cream. So I actually had this out in my kind of warming basket in March because it was a green scent that I was trying to get through. I was just never quite in the mood to warm this scent because it is very sweet, and then you also get that kind of bakery nutty note from the pistachio. So I had to be in the mood to warm this one, and this last week it was kind of cold and rainy and gloomy, so I figured that would be a perfect time to pull this one out. I'm actually warming it here in this room right now, and I find that it is a pretty good performer. I've heard some people say that it's on the lighter side, but I put it in this room and we could actually smell it out in our family room. My husband did not like it. He doesn't like bakery scents at all, so he was like, what is that smell? And it was actually this scent coming from this room. So it was a really good performer for me. I'm kind of sad to go through this. I think I have one more bar, but it's nice to have when I am in the mood for kind of a more sweet bakery scent. So that was pistachio ice cream. And then my last of the discontinued scents is the Moana scent. So this one is a really, really pretty scent. It is kind of tropical, fruity, floral watermelon. Really, really pretty, but it definitely was on the lighter side. So I first warmed it here in this room, and I would say it was about a light medium here in this room. And then I finished it off up in my office and had a harder time smelling it there. So really, really pretty in the clamshell. I just wish it was a little bit stronger. And then I went through some currant bars. So another one that was kind of a little bit of a disappointment for me was Totally Mini. Again, I love this one in the clamshell. This is such a pretty fruity floral scent. Really, really pretty. In the warmers though, I was having a really, really hard time smelling it. I warmed this one in my office, and then I also tried it in my bedroom. And I will say that it does give just kind of a very nice light background scent. When you walk into the room, it just smells kind of light and fresh and clean. But it's hard to like put your nose on. That reminds me of the Friend Like Me scent from the Aladdin collection. That was another very pretty kind of floral scent, but just a nice kind of light background scent. So if you're looking for something that's just going to kind of hang around in the background, make it smell pleasant but not be in your face at all, Totally Mini would be right up your alley. I finished a bar of Tangerine Creamsicle. So this is a new release from this spring summer catalog. This was the first time that I had tried this. In the bar on cold, I do get kind of a powdery sweet citrus note that does remind me a little bit of baby aspirin, but it actually kind of came to life when I was warming it. I warmed this through my entire open concept area upstairs, and it was really, really pleasant. Just kind of a nice, sweet, citrusy scent. It did smell nice and clean, so I don't know if this would necessarily be a repurchase for me, but I did enjoy it. I finished a bar of aloe water and cucumber. This one I am loving this spring. It is very clean, and I have been loving it in our bathrooms upstairs. I finished up an old bar of ALOHA Citrus. So this is one that has made a return in this catalog, and this is a very interesting scent. I really, really like it on cold. It is a very nice, kind of vibrant, clean citrus note, mixed with an almost woodsiness that makes it smell very, very sophisticated and clean. I really like it on cold, but this one I have a really hard time performance-wise with. It is very, very light. I put this throughout my whole open concept, and it's one of those that kind of just smells very clean and light in the background. That combination of the woodsiness and that clean citrus note almost reminded me of if I had just cleaned my wooden dining table with the orange Murphy's oil soap. That's kind of what it smells like, just a clean, woodsy citrus scent, and I don't even know if those are the notes listed in Aloha Citrus. Very unique, very nice, but very, very light. Another clean citrus scent that I went through this month was Be Fabulous. I get much better performance from Be Fabulous than I do from Aloha Citrus. I love this scent. I get a very sweet grapefruit mixed with a little bit of lemon. This is a great performer for me. I love this all through my open concept, so I can't recommend Be Fabulous enough if you love citrus scents, especially grapefruit type citrus scents. And then another citrus scent is Squeeze the Day. So this is a very bright, clear, almost cleaner like lemon to my nose, mixed with an undertone of a very sweet vanilla. So I get that very bright, fresh lemon with the very sweet vanilla. It smells almost like lemonade. It could be maybe borderline bakery with that vanilla note. I feel like you could mix this with sugar cookie if you really wanted to bring out those bakery notes. So I really like this one on the first day. That's when I get most of the lemon top notes. After the first day, I find that the lemon kind of dies off and then you're left with that vanilla base. So it's not my favorite lemon scent, but I definitely do enjoy that one occasionally. And then this past week, I finished up a bar of Bonfire Beach. And this is another one that I have to be in the mood to warm because it is a very unique kind of in your face scent. I find that it is pretty strong. I do get a lot of that kind of woodsy, smoky flint note mixed with the sweet marshmallow and then just a tiny hint of a cologne-like kind of fresh air vibe. It is really, really pretty, and this hit the spot for me this week because it's been very kind of gloomy and rainy and I just wasn't in the mood for anything really fruity or floral, so I reached for this and it was perfect. And then while this was in the warmers, I actually decided to mix it with a few cubes of Vanilla Waves. So this is a new release from this catalog, and I find that by itself, it is just a little too vanilla for me. But mixed with a Bonfire Beach, I was getting kind of toasted marshmallow vibes, and it was really, really nice. So if you like toasted marshmallow and you can't get your hands on it, if you didn't add it to your Scentsy Club, I would definitely recommend this mix. And then some recent scents of the month that I finished up, I did go through another bar of Plumeria Peach. This is April's scent of the month, and I absolutely love it. I get a very tart peach mixed with kind of a sweet floral. This smells very perfumey, very body care like, and I actually get pretty good performance out of this in my open concept. I love it in my bedroom and in my office, so I did add that one to my Scentsy Club. And then I went through my little sample from the whiff box of Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze. This is May's scent of the month. I also finished a bar from my scent of the month kit. This is very, very nice. It is very fresh and aquatic and kind of perfumey. There is a little twist of kind of some tropical fruit just to make it feel a little bit more summery. So I really, really like that one, and I'm excited to use that more this summer. So that is everything that I went through in the month of April. I would love to know what you were enjoying this month. This will probably be my last video for a few weeks just because I am getting ready to go on a very special trip. I haven't decided if I am going to vlog or not yet. I did do a little vlog of our last trip that we went on back in September, just showing how I like to travel with Scentsy. So if you would be interested in a vlog, let me know. I will try to check in here and there on Instagram, so you can follow me there. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.